Good evening, everybody. My name is EK, and welcome back to some more World of Warcraft. So, between the previous two recordings, I have done a couple things. First of all, I did just complete a lower Blackrock Spire run, which in turn has given me 11 Ogre War Beads, which, if you remember correctly, are the quest item we need for Felrin's Vendetta, which in turn is a quest item that we need for the 0.5 quest chain to upgrade our dungeon armor. Okay, that is done. Well, like a part of it is done. Unfortunately, finding a party for it is incredibly difficult, but at the same time, I only get, well, in this case, 11 drops out of all the ogres, so the drop rate wasn't 100%. It was like 50%-ish, but there just aren't enough ogres in there. So that means that I will have to go either back in there or find a different way of getting them. The alternative way of getting them, of course, is going through Dire Maul. But as per usual, whenever I go to, look for any of Dire Maul groups, there is never anyone doing those. I think I heard, and I'm not quite sure if this is correct, but I think I heard that the ogres outside of Dire Maul, like the open world mobs, also can drop them, but with a pretty low drop rate. So I might just go and farm them, because even if it's like every 4 or 5 might drop one, that is already much better than, like me spending a month waiting until I can find a party, because that's what it's been. I've been sitting on this quest for about a month now, and I have just barely made any progress, and it's kind of sucked out my enthusiasm to even continue this quest chain, just because this quest is like, it's almost impossible to progress simply because I can't find groups for the content that I want to play, because Lower Blackrock Spire is always played as 10 men for coins, and then of course the Dire Maul runs just don't exist. Well, not very often at least. I've also been looking at world bosses. I want to grab the world bosses soon, but they also haven't popped up. The moment like a group pops up, I'll probably like grab it, hop in there, and we'll go. But that's something I've done. Also, in case you have been checking out my channel, I have indeed decided to start on the Fresh Anniversary service. I have created a warrior, an orc warrior. So, we are going horde side this time. I did do a bit of the leveling process from like level 6 to like level 9 or something, and I did do it on stream. It was a lot of fun. We had a bit of a chat going on. So I highly recommend, if any one of you, just enjoys like this kind of like back and forth chatting that I very much enjoy doing myself, stop by whenever I'm playing, because as much as I'm leveling, I'm really just kind of chatting, and like leveling is very much secondary, but it definitely makes my journey a lot more fun. So, come and say hi, stop by, and let's have a good time together. So, those are the things I've done. Also, because I did the Lower Blackrock Spire run, I have gotten the Tarnished Undermine Reels, 56 of them, which is enough to return to Pix Zizix and purchase what I believe might be pretty much the final item we are looking to buy. There are some rings and stuff that maybe are better. Like, there's still ways to upgrade rings, I think. Probably. But the thing I care most about, like, this one might be good, but it's not better. I think I pretty much only care about these. So you've got two versions that I kind of care about. There's the Drakestone of the Blood Prophet, and there is the Drakestone of the Nightmare Harbinger. The Nightmare Harbinger is, well, for me, it's shadow damage and regular damage. Then there's, of course, the Blood Prophet, which is the one with the fire damage instead. Now, the thing is, I have, as you can see, I've swapped back to the Affliction build. I much prefer playing it. I have enjoyed it more. I dabbled into fire, and I'm not saying I'll never go back to fire, but I just feel like this clicks better with me so far. I just quite enjoy the Shadow Bolt volley spam, and I don't like the idea of having to carry a secondary set of braces to like swap between that in trash, and it's probably optimized in a way, and it could be fun maybe for something to return to later, but for now I'll return to shadow damage, which means that I care about the Drakestone of the Nightmare Harbinger, which is an offhand, which will of course replace our Tome of the Lost that we've been working for, I think, quite a while at this point. So let's go and pick up the Drakestone of the Nightmare Harbinger for 50 Undermine Reels, 50 coins as they say. And there we go. I didn't hear a sound, so I was like, what's happening? But here we go. We have a purple, and we rock it. And there we go. So now we have this cool looking red orb. I think the book might actually be more impressive visually than this orb. But the orb does give us a lot more damage, and of course the orb also gives us more gear score. Not that I really care about the stat, but it's always nice to see a number going up. I had one in my low Black Rock Spy run today, someone with like 964 or something, and that's the highest I've seen. And he was, I was dealing like 1k to 1.5k like Shadow Bolt volley spamming mobs, which I think is quite standard for me. That guy was pushing almost 4k. Like, he was blowing stuff up before I could even get real uptime, so I couldn't really even use my affliction skills. It was just try and get a Shadow Bolt in before they die. It was quite fun to witness. So I would really love to do a Dire Maul North run right now, because I have been recommended to at least try it once, because supposedly it is quite funny. I think it was Blackadder that mentioned it to me. And I would very much like to experience it, especially right now, because obviously I could now and then combine it with the Ogre Warbeat, and I could be quite efficient about it because I need to kill them anyway. But there just never seems to be a party for it. It's really unfortunate, because there's like a lot of content that I would love to explore, but people just aren't doing it. Like, literally the only LFG I ever see, and don't get me wrong, I put out my own LFG multiple times as well, but nobody ever responds to it. But the only LFG I ever see for Dire Maul wings, specifically for Dire Maul North, is this one person who is selling the buff you get from there. It's literally the only thing I see ever on those runs. There's nobody ever looking for a run. The guild doesn't do it. The LFG doesn't do it. I've been at the entrance a couple times, like, looking for people there. It's just... It's like it's content that barely exists, and it's unfortunate. Like, it makes sense, because it doesn't... Like, it doesn't really do much for you if you've already gotten the stuff you want, and most people just kind of skip this progression. But it's sad that the content just isn't relevant. I kind of wish they would change something about Dire Maul to make people want to run it more. Even if it's not for like my enjoyment of this quest chain, it could be for the enjoyment of people actually wanting to do it. Because it just sucks that there's like all these dungeons out there, and most of them are run, except for this one dungeon, which is never run, which is quite unfortunate. Okay, I'll stop bitching about it again, because I've bitched about it quite a bit. I'm aware of that. So the idea I have right now is I will go over to the entrance. I will start killing the ogres over there, and I will pray that the drop rate is not terrible and that I can make some headway. I don't mind spending an hour there just like grinding through the mobs. That's perfectly fine, because then at least I can progress. But it better not be like a 1% drop chance or something, because I'll lose my mind. Okay, I'll see you guys there. Alright, I have killed 4 of them. I've gotten my first drop. I'm feeling optimistic right now. Wait, hold on, what? Looking for a group? Find other players to group with to tackle challenging What? When did they add this? Did this come in with the latest patch? What? Okay, wait, because I had heard about some LFG thing, but I thought it was coming into Anniversary or something. Not into SOD. What? Okay, so I can look for DPS, which is what I want to do. Indicate that you're welcoming new players into your group and are willing to act as a guide for them. So I could like either check that or not. And then I go to dungeons. And I can search for a Dire Maul wing. Oh. Well, I'll look into that. I mean, I do have food coming in probably less than 10 minutes. I don't want to queue up for a dungeon right now, but I did not know this was a thing, guys. I'm assuming this came in with the latest patch, but if this has been here for a long time, I'll feel very stupid. Because I just saw like this little icon up here, and I'm like, wait, I've never seen this before. And there's a dungeon. It would have been cool if I logged in and it said, hey, just so you know, there's a dungeon finder in the game right now. Okay, have fun, bye. Because, I'm not really reading much of the newest patches, because I know that I'm not really at that content yet. And I guess I just hadn't seen this thing pop up yet, but cool, I'll definitely try that in a little bit, because that sounds very interesting to me. And might be quite convenient, which might also explain why the GBB thing, the bulletin board, is not very full, because people are using that thing. But I guess you want to use the bulletin board for more specific search commands, and then for like more farming stuff, you can use the LFG, I guess. Oh, by the way, the drop rate so far, I was very lucky in the first one. The second one took me about 15, I think. I am probably about 20 minutes or so into clearing this right now, and I have only gotten 2 more. For the drop rate, it's not spectacular. It's actually pretty shit. but at least I can make progress without being forced to find a party that I might not be able to find, which makes me happy. Alright, I have eaten, I have gotten 2 or 3 more of the war beads. The drop rate is very, very bad, but, you know, I've made some progress, we only need 10 more. But I do want to quickly check out what this LFG system really is. So if I can select DPS, which is what I'm at right now, I go to dungeons, I go to Dire Maul North, and I click for more, Dire Maul West, and I guess I might as well put Dire Maul East as well. I don't know where the... Actually, Dire Maul West was really, really... Hold on, which one did I do? I figured it... Yeah, East was for the mount, I believe. So I'm up for doing North and West. So if I now do a list self, how does this work? Alright, so there's Nakil, who has 2 matching activities. He's also looking for North and West. Is on his own currently and is also DPS. And if I go to GBB... Will he also be here at the same time? So it's Nakil, or Naki. And he isn't actually here. So at least, I guess there's some benefit to using this. I wonder how this works. Because I'm assuming I need to manually like click his name or something. And then I can add him to my party. And I guess I'll keep checking this out. But in the meantime, I guess I'll just... I'll keep chugging away. I'll keep doing this because this seems to be the one and only way. Although I'll probably be here for a couple hours at this pace. So fun times are indeed ahead. Oh my god, that was number 18. I think that took about 20 or so minutes. I am getting so extremely bored right now, but I'm getting quite close. So today I started with a fairly empty inventory and I had 750 gold when I started grinding for these beads. And I have in the meantime gained almost 12 gold, just like raw gold from these drops. And I think they're giving between maybe 3 and 10 each. So that kind of gives an idea as to how many I have killed so far. 20, that one was quite quick. Oh, that feels good. That was only 2 minutes since the last one. That's probably the quickest I've gotten since the first one I got when I got here. So that's only 5 left. Oh my god, I'm getting somewhat close. I mean, it might still be like an hour or something, but we're getting somewhere. It's been 84 years. I think that is the quote. I can't remember, but my god. It is done. It is done, Felrin's Vendetta. You are done. Oh my god, this quest has been blocking me for the better part of a month or so, and yeah, at this point I just kind of like brute force through it. I think this took me, I don't know exactly, probably somewhere like the 2-3 hour range. There was like a short break in there to eat some food real quick, which was about 10 minutes or so. Yeah, somewhere in that range. Was it fun? No. No. Was it better than the portal searching? Yes. Because at the very least there was gameplay involved. You know, well, I wasn't having much fun. Like, at least I was mob grinding, which is in its own way somewhat okay. So, yeah. See, the thing is, I don't even think this is necessarily bad quest design. I think it's actually pretty good quest design. The problem is that it's basing its progression on 2 very specific areas you have to go to progress it somewhat quickly. But both of those actually... Oh, please hit that thing. Oh, I'm so happy I microed that. There we go, I'm a genius. But there's people here. Must be a guild group or something. But yeah, I think the way... the problem is that the quest design itself is good because it just says, hey, go kill these mobs, which are located in 2 different dungeons. You have options. You can choose where you want to go. All those things make perfect sense. The problem is, of course, that there is a lack of players in both of those things. Wait, if I just fear this guy, there's a chance I'll die here. Oh my... Okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys at the NPC. I guess I'll have to run back, which that's fine. It's whatever. Wait, I'm curious to see whether I can walk around this corner And then make this jump. And then, yes. Yes. I am a genius. Or actually, I was a fool for not seeing that previously. But yes, I am a genius. Oh man, Valorant Tree Shaper, there you are, man. You know, it's been like a month since I've seen you. You asked me to go get some beats. I've gotten the beats. No worry, it was no problem whatsoever. Here you go, sir.
What now? Can't you see I'm rather busy?
Sir, can you please be nice to me? You know, I spent so much time doing what you asked me to do. So if you could please just be friendly with me and not be this like asshole. Okay, thank you. Have you performed the favor I asked of you, AK? Yes. Begrudgingly, but yes.
Strangely enough, I don't feel any better about my brother's death at the hands of those brutes. Well, you held your end of the bargain. Let's see what I can do for you.
I mean, I think it's pretty common knowledge that revenge, while it might feel very good in the moment, it doesn't negate the negative effects of loss, right? So, could have told you that, sir, without having to go grab all those beats, but hey, whatever, it's fine. So the beats of Ogre Mojo. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned even, like, hey, I'll make a comparison when I get these. Let me try and wrap my brain around this. So, critical strike chance 1%, which is quite good. But we can also get 6 more intellect, 1 more stamina, and 6 spell power, which I think is probably better than 1% crit. Yeah, I think I'll equip the beads of Ogre Mojo.
I can place the enchantment you require on the banner quite easily, adventurer. Unfortunately, I don't have the materials I need, as it is very rarely that someone asks for this sort of charm. I will require the essence of one of the Eldritch ghosts that haunt these halls, a handful of Scholomant's dark runes, and some large, brilliant shards. Bring me these reagents and I shall perform this task for you.
Alright, so bring the following to Valorant Tree Shapers inside Dire Maul. 1 Jeering Spectre's Essence, 4 Dark Runes, and 8 large, brilliant shards. Now, I did pick those up. I have the Dark Runes. I have the large, brilliant shards. I can equip the beads of Ogre Mojo. There we go. Alright, we have those equipped. And I will have to figure out where exactly I get the essences. I mean, I reckon based on what I read here that I get them from Jeering Spectres as mobs. But I want to confirm because that probably I'm not going to even cut that. That was just such like a trip up of me speaking that I will leave it in. Okay? But yeah, I have such trouble finding parties for Dire Maul that I want to be 100% sure I have to go in there before I go in there. So let me look up a guide real quick. Yes, the Jeering Spectre's Essence does indeed drop from the Eldritch Phantasm, the Eldritch Spectre, the Eldritch Spirit, or the Eldritch Apparition, all located in Dire Maul West. So I will have to find a party for Dire Maul West and hope it's like a frequent drop so I can get it easily. Finding a party for Dire Maul West, though, that might be the issue, especially this late at night. So I might have to call it here for now. And since I don't think I have enough for a video yet, I kind of want to, before I wrap up this video and launch it, I kind of want to finish off this quest chain. So we can move over to the final part, whatever that's like the helmet and chest. This one apparently is pants, shoulders, and boots. That's a very big jump, I reckon. So, we're quite far into it. We had like quest number 1 and then all the way up to quest number 7. And I did kind of spoil for myself what quest number 8 is. I don't want to read full part 4 yet. I don't want to know what's in there. But the challenge is the one in Blackrock Depths. And I don't think this one's going to be a problem because people run Blackrock Depths. I can just do a coin run and ask like, hey, can we grab this thing as well? People probably won't mind too much. Is there anyone potentially going for Dire Maul West? There isn't. I could put up an LFG of my own, but it's like almost 10 o'clock. So I think I'll leave it here for now. Maybe I'll do a little bit of streaming on my Horde. So, if you're there soon, then say hi there. But this is recorded before, but comes out after. Alright, I'll cut back into whatever comes up next. Alright, I have spent the past 4 days, yes, 4 days. Every single day I had some time, I stood in front of the entrance of Dire Maul, spamming my bulletin board, checking out the LFG tab, nothing is ever going on. So I actually just swapped to Molten Core right now, so let me just cancel that. But I decided, okay, I can't let my entire series just be gimped, just be blocked by this one quest. I gotta push it forward, so I will try and still like keep an eye on it, and if I see a party for it, I will still go for it, and we'll still try and finish the quest at some point down the line. But I guess it's time I break my plan of going completely like chronologically in terms of my gear and stuff. I'm gonna go into Molten Core. I'll probably skip a lot of the stuff that we've already seen. I might cut in here and there if I see something cool, but for the most part, I do think I want to cut it. And I'm assuming people are quite well geared by now as well. I've heard we have an experienced raid leader, so I'm assuming I kind of just have to like sit there, DPS, and things will kind of happen for me. So I will be very happy if we can actually clear Molten Core tonight, because I would like to make some progress again. I feel like my classic series has just been like kind of just stuck, you know? I feel like I've been stuck for like a month now doing like this crappy 0.5 quest chain nobody ever does, and it it's just not getting anywhere, guys. So you know, I've also been playing a bit of retail. It's gone live up on our channel, and I'm kind of using it to fill up the gap that this series is now leaving by not being here. So yeah, there should be a bit more classic content, hopefully, if I can, you know, progress in the raid. So the plan right now is going to be a bit different. I'll be doing Molten Core. If everything goes according to plan and we do clear it, I will then be looking to go into stuff like Onyxia. I will be looking to go into stuff like Blackwing Lair. Because obviously, you know, we got the Onyxia... I actually don't have it on me, but we got the Onyxia thing, like, what, 3 months ago now or something? With the entire, like, very cool quest chain and stuff, but I never did anything with it. So I want to start getting more into raiding, because I can't just be blocked by this quest endlessly. So that's a bit of a rant about that system. I'll cut back into when we are properly into Molten Core. Alright, it's taken about half an hour or so, but I think our raid group is complete. We have 20 people, which I think is the maximum size for MC. So, yeah, I guess we're gonna go in pretty soon. Alright, so it's now been 53 minutes. It's not going very quickly, but I am now on a Discord server. I am on a voice chat, and we are gonna pump. So I'll have to see how I do the editing. I might just like mute my mic on occasion, like do some commentary and then jump back into voice chat or something, but I'll have to see in post. But for obvious reasons, I won't be including the voice chat for other people in my recordings. Ooh, 92. Ah, that looks delicious. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so this is as far as I have previously gotten. We are now approaching the 2 bosses that wiped us, well, like a month ago or something. Let's see if we can do it. It's kind of weird because, you know, I'm talking to voice chat as well, so I'm muting myself right now, and it feels a little bit weird to be talking into the microphone because, like, in my mind they can hear me, which obviously they can't, but it's a bit weird. I've been getting some pretty good information. Also, I did loot some item here. I looted the Ring of Spell Power that I will look at later, but, you know, we've just been, like, going forward. So bomb equals move to the left, away from the others, don't stack. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Right, actually, I just asked the raid leader what I'm supposed to do. I misread the situation. I don't have Dispel. I banish, and there isn't like a mana. Did I have a bomb on me? I think I had a bomb on me. All right, so I'm kind of just like going in and out of voice chat right now to communicate what happened and stuff. I think I had a bomb on me that exploded, and I was busy like talking about things as well. And I think the bombs. I think someone's supposed to like remove the bomb from me with a Dispel. But I'm not quite sure exactly if that's what happened. But I think I died because I didn't get a Dispel. But then again, I might also have made a mistake. Okay, so we've got 2 people with bombs. At least we can, you know, properly look at the fight right now. So we've got people with bombs. They're jumping up. They're getting knocked up in the air. They don't die. So I guess I probably made a mistake or something. So there's an add-on as well calling things. Living bomb on MLC. Also, this guy probably has a bomb, which is like the little swirly effect around the guy. Kind of cool. So boss is half HP. So I think it's a fairly straightforward fight. I think all you're doing really is moving away from probably this like AoE circle. The boss probably can't really be next to the people. Living bomb on Gecko Biceps. Gecko Biceps runs away. There's a countdown. He gets knocked into the air. Are they supposed to be stacking these 2? Are you supposed to stack the bombs? Is that why I died? Was I supposed to stack the bombs because like maybe you got knocked away or something? So let's see what these people are doing. So we have a bomb here and a bomb there. They're not really stacking. They're just like moving away to the wall so they don't hit the rest of the group, I guess. But I don't know why they're not dying and why I was dying. So I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on up there. But yeah, I guess we are clearing the boss. Alright, I just rolled a mana igniting cord. which I do believe is better than my Death Mist belt. It has more damage, it has the same crit, but also just more base stats. I do lose the set bonus, but I'm kind of going to be moving away from it anyway. So, yeah, this is the first time we've made it past this guy. So we can actually make some proper progress now. I'll be cutting back in soon. Alright, the next boss is over there. It's Shazra. So that's the first boss that I have not yet faced whatsoever. I don't know what the mechanics are going to be. But, yeah, I'm kind of liking the fact that we're making some proper progress now. I don't know how many bosses are remaining. I think this is like boss number 5 or 6 or something. Out of... Is it 8? No, I think it's 10 actually. So I reckon we're about halfway through, but I don't know if that's like time-wise as well. I always feel like my commentary is so much worse in these raid videos and stuff because I'm just so much more focused on my gameplay or trying to be focused. But I feel like my commentary kind of suffers because of it. But you know, I guess that's what you get when you're also trying to not be a complete idiot. Right, so he says, for this, it is very simple. All raids stay in the middle of the room. Or ranged. Okay, so we stay like around here, in the middle, ranged, okay? He will teleport around. I will move him away. Just stay put and dispel curses ASAP, mages / druids ASAP, priority tank melee range. Okay? So I guess that means I just literally stand there, I DPS, and people around me, my healers and my tanks, do everything for me, which is the way I like it. My brain cells are engaged. Sorry, my brain cell is engaged. I will have you know, I am extremely engaged in this fight. I have not moved a single step. I have been in this exact spot for a while now. Literally all I'm doing is spamming my dots off cooldown whenever they're not on the boss. And then I just stand there and I spam my Shadow Bolt consistently. My one brain cell is very engaged. Alright, well that was pretty easy. And nothing from me has been dropped, but that's fine. Because it's not like I participated in this fight, really. So with these guys being called Lava Annihilators, I reckon, you know, they're meant as annihilators made of lava. But the way I read it, it is like they're looking to annihilate lava. But lava is their element, so are they on our side, actually? Ooh, Sulfuron or Sulfuron Harbinger in the back over there. Random Tenaris music is playing over here now. Nope. But hey man, I'm chilling, it's all good. Means I get to pour myself a drink real quick. I call it efficiency. Alright, so we now have Sulfuron Harbinger coming up. I'm trying to, you know, do commentary while I also hear people talking in my ear, and it can be a bit annoying sometimes. So, you know, whenever it's quiet, I get to, like, you know, quickly mute the microphone, have a bit of commentary going on, and then, you know, now they're speaking again, and it's very hard to do commentary. So, these mobs heal. Need interrupters to be on point. Should I Death Coil? I mean, do I want them to be feared away? Jacobi on Skull? I guess that's a person. Berlobi? Yeah, okay, those are party members or raid members, I guess. So everyone is being assigned a single ad. And I guess once again my job's going to be stand there and press my Shadow Ball off cooldown and keep applying my dots, which is very difficult, of course. So their job is going to be to interrupt as much as they can, preferably 100% of the skills. And I don't know what skill they're going to be casting. We tank all mobs together and don't stand in fire. Hey, that sounds like basic raid mechanics. Stand together, but don't stand in fire. You can AoE Shadow Bolt Volley for crazy DPS here. Well, I got you. Did someone say Shadow Bolt Volley? Okay, I'm ready. Alright, so you can clearly see, because there's quite a lot of AoE going here, that the Warlocks, you know, there are 2, 3, 4... Oh! Apparently the guy resisted 2 taunts in a row, which is a bit annoying for a tank. I just hear him yelling in my ear, oh my god, he resisted 2. So the boss over there is called Golemag the Incinerator, which looks very cool. And what I am wondering is, wasn't there a name very similar to Golemag as the final boss of Nomergon? I mean, I'm playing DPS. Skill is not something I bring to the table. Here we go. Let's roll. Oh, come on. Ooh, oh, still winning? Still winning? Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man, this is like the classic beginner luck, you know? You never raid, you get 3 decent drops in the run. Here we go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just not raid for another month because I know I'm just cursed from here on out. Like they suck me in by giving me good drops in the first run and then, you know, nothing ever again. All right, guys, I just didn't commentate on quite a while. I might leave some things in where I'm communicating with the group, but you don't hear them, so you just hear me. So, you know, I might leave some stuff in there because some of the stuff is kind of fun. But guys, I just looted the Azure Song Mage Blade, which I think is probably like the best drop in the entire raid. It's incredible. It's even better than the Sorcerer's Dagger. It also looks pretty damn cool. And it is kind of similar. It has the same stamina. It has 4... Actually, no, it has the same intellect as well. And the only difference, really... Wait, hold on. I'm comparing the Azusung Mage Blade. Hold on. No, never mind. I'm comparing the wrong stuff. So, my brain. So, it's same stamina. It's 4 less intellect, but it's 1% hit chance and 8 more spell power. So, overall, just better once again. And, yeah, I'm really happy about that. So, they say... interrupt as much as you can. Nuke down the first skull, then X and blue. Interrupt all casts you see. 10 mobs together or waiting for hunts to get back. Okay. So we just chill. I'm also still hearing people like talk in my ear, so it's very hard to focus on keeping my sentences going, you know, so I'm sorry for the commentary today. I can only one person open it at a time, or... Ah, cool. Nice design. I think I've ruined my luck for the rest of the year. Good thing year's almost over. Alright. Let me try and get some commentary going again. They're still talking, so, you know, my head is very much otherwise occupied. But, you know, I'm getting quite lucky. I have 4 drops. I'm going to look into what what is actually not great and what isn't. But I've been pretty lucky so far, which is quite nice. And this is the previous boss that we killed, Majormo Executus. And from my understanding, he is going to help us summon RAGNAROS, the Fire Lord, which is the main boss of the raid. Wait, do I finally have to use my brain? Is it time? Alright, so I've just been told that I do need to use at least 2 brain cells for this fight, which is going to require a lot of focus. So once again, might not do a lot of commentary here, as I'll also be listening to the voice comms and stuff, which makes it a bit hard to talk, but I'll try and do my best and sprinkle some stuff here or there. And yeah, I'll probably just have the fight play out in the background a little bit, and I'll see how I do it in editing. But looking forward to this fight, because supposedly this is the one fight that is still kind of difficult. So I'm looking forward to that. So we're now spreading out, like, all around the circle. The melee DPS for second there. We are spreading around here. And he says, most important here is for melee, he will do a cast which you need to avoid. I'm assuming it's some sort of frontal cone ability or something like that. If you have deadly boss mods, which I don't have, or something like it, follow the timer, which I don't have active. But then again, I'm not melee DPS, so I think I should probably be fine. So, for range, you will be hit by fireballs or something like it. Get knocked back and so spread to reduce damage. Don't go too far away for healers to reach you. At 50% he will drop down. Adds will spawn. These are strong adds. Tanks pick them up and group them here. And here, I guess, is... Is he standing over here still? Oh, over there, okay. All hunters, slow trap here. Melee wait with DPS until they are grouped and slowed. Once they are low, they will explode upon death. Okay, so adds will spawn, tanks will grab them, pull them over here. We AoE them down, I guess, and then we move back to the boss. And we just make sure we stay away from the adds because they explode. And we have to care for some fireballs coming our way. Okay, so I guess since it's a single fight, I will probably prioritize Haunt here, just for uptime on the boss. And also it's going to give me a bit more survivability for myself with a bit of healing, which I think is probably better. It feels fun to be preparing like this. So, impudent whelps, you've rushed headlong to your own death. See now, the master stirs. That is a big boss indeed. I need a bigger monitor for this guy. And I have an ultra-wide, so, you know. Maybe if I turn my my ultra-wide vertical, maybe I can see him in his all his glory. Yeah, get the super ultra-wide. Alright, I mute up my mic again so I can give a little bit of commentary here. So he's using like this fire ability on occasion, which the melee people have to be really careful about. So far for me, it's been fairly straightforward. I'm just kind of standing here. I've been hit by like a fireball that's knocked me back into the lava, but I can just kind of like casually run back and I'm totally fine. DPS wise, there we go. I've been knocked back again. DPS wise, you know, we're all good. You know, it's like all wars to the top. There's like a a ranger coming in on occasion. Okay, so we are grouping here, I think. Now, I don't have the AoE equipped, but I think that should be okay. So we're grouping them all here. We're getting the AoE off. Now, obviously, I'm not getting AoE off right now. But that's fine, because I reckon they're not super strong. They're called Son of Flame. So apparently we are kiting them over the ice, which is what I'm hearing on the comms right now. And yeah, we seem to be generally all good. They do have a fair amount of pressure because our HP bars are moving quite a bit. Obviously for me, I'm kind of just standing on the outside here, spamming abilities on occasion, so I'm not really putting in too much effort, but they are definitely doing a lot of work, okay? It's coming towards me. I reposition myself, and once again, we start pumping onto RAGNAROS. Whee! Ooh. Took heavy damage there for a moment. Okay, we have 2 people dead, but I reckon we should be good. Sure, I get the empowered version of my Curse of Agony, reapply my Unstable Affliction, get a Haunt going again, and back to Shadow Bolting. You know, throw in a quick Corruption, and back to Shadow Bolting. My gameplay loop is very difficult. Oh, got knocked back here again, but I got knocked onto the outer edge, so I skipped the lava. Okay, so the off-tanks are trying to grab the ass right now. I can keep my eye on them, I can banish them in case one does get close, but I don't see many coming my way, really. I guess I'll just keep DPS up for now, until anything comes close to me. He's getting kind of low as well, though, so, you know, we're getting very close to the kill. Getting a bit of screen shake as well, making it a bit more impressive. Oh, here's one. I guess I can quickly banish this guy. There we go. Wait, I tried banishing him, but did I not banish him? I thought I tried banishing him, but I guess I must have accidentally clicked on RAGNAROS again or something. Well, he's being killed right now. It's all good. It's all good. We go back to... Oh my god, that particle just like ruined my FPS there for a moment. Here we got more people dead, but we're probably good. Alright, here we go. He should be dying any moment now. Any moment. I'll be able to get one more haunt in. There we go. Bam. Haunt. Doesn't add there, but I think I can just ignore it and focus on DPSing. There we go. That right there is my first Molten Core clear. Oh, his thing drops. Now, let's check out the loot. Alright, let's see if my luck continues. oh, come on! Wait, I tried to roll. Hold on, it didn't work. Oh my god, guys. This is the day. This is the day. I'm buying a lottery ticket tonight. oh my god. Thank you. Oh, man. Alright, so the entire raid has been cleared. I am off the voice comms, and my god, it has been a bit of a journey. You know, there wasn't as much commentary as I wanted there to be, because obviously, you know, when you're in voice comms, it's very difficult to keep conversation going, because you also want to listen to what they're saying, but, you know, you also don't want to have, like, an entire tangent to go on. So I really had to try and get some commentary going, because I did want to include this, because it's a big moment, of course. But also, I wanted to be able to focus on the voice comms themselves and, you know, make sure it's a fun run for me as well to play, and, you know, that I don't drag people down. So I'll see how it turns out in editing. I feel like I just completely waffled my way through it, but whatever, I always waffle my way through everything. But yeah, that is, you know, we're now in RAGNAROS' lair. This is Molten Core completed. My first proper raid done. You know, we had the level up raids, which, yeah, I mean, there were raid content, but they weren't proper raids. You know, Molten Core is the first proper raid, I feel, and I'm very happy about that. You know, there are many raids coming up. I did join this Discord, and they're, you know, giving me like a guest thingy where, you know, I can join if they have space. I can join stuff like Blackwing Lair. I can join stuff like Onyxia. And I'm gonna probably be looking in the next 2-3 weeks. The idea is going to be to get more into raiding, because, you know, like this 0.5 quest chain, it's fun and all, and I'll probably try and go back for it if I can find a group for it. But I'll just do it later, just as a hey, I would like to complete it kind of thing. But I'm gonna just skip ahead and now go into raid armor, because that's what everyone's doing, right? So let's take a look at a couple different things. So first of all, there's Duke Hydraxis here, who we can talk to. And he says, "Thank you, hero. Many Hydraxians were lost in the assault, but you have saved us from Ragnaros and his armies. There seems to be something else here, something dark, stirring within the mountain. However, we have suffered enough. Let us withdraw and revel in our victory. Now we can browse his goods. And apparently we have sold something. So I will have to look at what we can get here. But I have one incandescent belt. Now, I will have to see what the incandescent stuff really is, because I kind of forgot about that again. We have the incandescent... So where's the belt thing? I'm probably just blind, guys, so don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm probably just completely blind. So the gloves. There is the Nemesis belt, but that requires a different item, I think. Yeah, we can get the Felhard sash. But this one is defense and fire resist. I don't think that's the one we want. We want something else, right? Alright, I'll look into this in just a moment. I'll save this one right here. So I got a couple different things. So first of all, of course, I got the Ring of Spell Power, which I equipped over my Songstone of Ironforge, which just overall, you know, it gives me plus 16 spell power. We do drop a bit of intellect and a bit of spirit, but it's 100% worth it because we have a lot more damage. Then I replaced my Death Mist belt by the Mana Igniting Cord. Maybe I can replace it by something coming from the Incandescent belt, but I'll have to look into that in just a moment when I find what I need to get. But I'll look into that after I'm done with the rest of the loot. But I still have the 2 set bonus of the 23 spell damage. So I'm not really losing anything. And I'm getting the 28 from the Mana Igniting Cord. So it's very strong. Obviously, it is 7 more damage than my old gear. And the rest of the stuff is kind of the same, but with some more, like, just base stats. So once again, much better. Then, of course, we upgraded our Sorcerer's Dagger into the Azure Song Mage Blade. I talked about this before, but it's plus 8 spell damage once again. We were losing 4 intellect, but that's fine. And also we get 1% crit chance, which is always nice to have. And then this thing I had soft reserved, and I got it as well, guys. I've just... You know, I'm going to buy a lottery ticket tonight, I think, because I looted like 4 or 5 items. Now, obviously, partially it is because this run was with more people who had already completed this a couple times. They had a lot of their loot, and they would be skipping out and stuff. So I was competing with like 2, 3 people at most generally. So if you're like a bit lucky, you can get a lot of the stuff. But I got the Choker of the Fire Lord, which I think is a very good item because it gives me plus 21 spell power. Yes, plus 21 spell power. Now we do lose 5 intellect, but 21 spell power more than makes up for that. And now we have the same stamina, so we can equip this as well. That's selling it. Ooh, equipping it. And also, as you can see, our gear score now goes from being blue, 797, to 805. I think I haven't seen people over 900. I think I've seen like 890 or something. So in terms of gear score, we're doing fairly well. Now, I don't know how much this stat means, really, of course, because sometimes there's like a big improvement, but it's only like 1 or 2 gear score. But it does feel good to be in the purple area as well. And I feel like I'm starting to become decently geared now. I'm not near like gear cap. I'm not near best in slot. But I'm getting somewhere, okay? And that's what I really like. Then also, of course, we got some general loot that dropped here, which the raid leader shared freely, which was very, very pleasant. He shared it. Only 5 people remained at the end who wanted to get this stuff. We've got 4 fiery cores, 44 silver each. We got 40 silver each lava cores, 2 each. We got 5 essences of fire. They're worth 1.26 gold. And we got 1 sulfuran ingot, which is worth 16 gold. And then just, an essence of earth, 1.4 gold. And then 2 random items, which will probably vendor, but I'll see if people are, buying and selling these. Alright, let's look into this incandescent belt now. Oh, and keep in mind, I can now go back to my bank and grab the gloves, Nemesis gloves, I think they were called, which obviously also are much better. So we can now finally go and equip those as well, which I'll do in just a bit. So I guess this is what we can grab, the Felhard belt, which gives me 13 stamina, 15 intellect, 10 spirit, and 7 fire resistance. So overall, in terms of stats, it is quite nice. But we actually lose 5 spell power and 1% crit because we got the Mana Igniting Cord. And that cord on its own is probably better. Now, I can imagine that the Felhard belt can be good in combination with the rest of the set. But I don't think as an individual item it's an upgrade, so I might grab it. There's also these, the Felhard bracers, but that is something else. Yeah, it's just the Felhard belt, because I can get 2 things from it. The Felhard belt and the Felhard sash. Now, the sash is over here, which is the tank version, I guess. Yes, there's even like Shadow Cleave stuff in there. So this is the tank version. It has more stamina in it and more armor. And this one is the DPS version. I'll probably grab it and put it in my bank. And maybe I can find a use for it in, like, with the entire set if I do end up getting it. But I think as a standalone item, I don't like it. But, you know, I don't think I can spend it on anything else anyway. So, you know what? Felheart, belt, I can't get these, right? The Nemesis stuff. Because I think the Nemesis stuff, it requires something else. This is Felheart. Yeah, because I think these require... these require Nemesis boots. Which is like, I think that's like it's like a tier 2 set, but you can turn it into looking like the tier 1 set or something, but it is still the stats of the tier 2 set. I think that's how this works. So I think that I can just completely ignore the Nemesis stuff for now. It's like not really MC stuff. I think the Felheart stuff is MC stuff. So that was a lot of rambling here, but I think that means pick up the Felheart belt. And I'll just sit on it. I might use it, I might not use it. But guys, I've got so much loot. Look at this. Though I do think, actually, in terms of pure looks, I think I prefer this dagger. Like, I think it looks cooler. I think this dagger looks cooler. Like, the green looks cooler. It looks a bit thicker. The blade, you know, doesn't look bad. Don't get me wrong. Still looks very cool. But it's a bit, like, thinner. Like, it's not as strong a collar. But still, you know, it's better. So that means it makes it cooler just by being better, okay? So I'll go back to Stormwind. And I will go grab my Nemesis gloves as well and see how much better they are standalone. Because I can't remember exactly, but I think they were best in slot when I bought them. And they might still be either best of slot or very close to best in slot. Oh, also, I think the new quest thing is live. Where people can now do the Ankirai quest chain. Oh, Altar of the Atalai. You can't use that item. What is this? But yeah, I think the quest chain is live. And I think what is in the quest chain is that people can do something specific. And if they are among the first people to do it, and it's very hard to be among the first people or something because you're competing with other people, you get like a mount or a title or something. And I think you can only get it once. And it's really, really cool. And, you know, not something that I'll engage with, but like as an idea, I think it's quite cool. And I asked people in the group as well, like, hey, what is gold even used for? Because one guy had like 8k gold or something. And he was like, yeah, I don't care about gold really. And I asked him, well, what is the purpose of gold? And he said, well, there's not really a big purpose to gold, but it's mostly just, you know, consumables, crafted gear, and then also, of course, there, in this case, for this quest chain, people are competing with each other. So people sometimes buy each other off, like, hey, you can have 1k gold or whatever, because, you know, people doing that kind of stuff are generally quite rich. And they'll be like, hey, how you can have 1k gold if you don't contest me on this? So they're like buying progression, which I guess is kind of cool.
Stolen anything out of here.
And here we go. Where are the gloves? The Felheart gloves, they're over here. And let's see how they compare. Oh. So, it is 29 spell power, 1% chance to crit. It is 2 less intellect, it is the same stamina, and it's some fire resistance. The only unfortunate thing about this is that the item on its own... Also, it's the Felheart gloves. I thought they were the Nemesis gloves, but I guess I'm wrong. But does that mean that if I equip the Felheart gloves alongside the Felheart belt, this should give me the first set bonus? So life tip generates 50% more mana and 100% less threat, which I think is actually quite nice. So losing the spell power... Like, I'll get less damage with these two, but I will get a new set bonus with more life tip generation. You know what? I'll just equip mine. That might be worse. And, I mean, to be fair, even in gear score, they're both much weaker. But let's see what they look like at least. So the Felheart gloves and the Felheart belt. And now I should have a bonus equipped. Yes, so life tap generates 50% more mana and 100% less threat. I still don't know if it's better. Guys, I'm going to leave this up to you. Should I be swapping over to this? Is this better? Or is this only better once I get the other set bonuses as well and we can really start going? Because I feel like it's not better. I'll equip these for now. I'll leave this up to you guys, okay? Let me know in the comments. Should I be swapping over? Because I'm honestly not sure. Maybe I'm missing some math. Like, they're kind of cool to have, of course. And... I want to use them, but I feel like they're not better. Anyway, What I'll do now is I'm going to empty the inventory. I'll probably keep the Sorcerer's Dagger because it's kind of a cool thing. I'll keep the Death Mace set as well because, you know, obviously that also is kind of a cool set and I want to complete the set at some point. The rest of the stuff I'll just sell. We actually got the beats of Ogre Mojo, I think in this video. Wasn't it in this video? I think it was in this video. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Also, let me look at what I just got. So 812. That money that I'm getting right now, that was like 90 gold. That was all pretty much from the Ogre grinding. Because I got like 140 silk cloth or something, which was like 70 to 80 gold. Which was all just from Ogre grinding. So it actually was pretty decent money, you know. That's not too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna clean this stuff. I'm gonna wrap the video up because I feel like I've just been going for such a long time. My recording has been going for 3 hours, but it feels like so much longer because there was so much waiting and the rating was intense and it was great and it was fun. But guys, I am tired. So thank you so much for watching. I'm happy to have a classic video to come out again, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye, guys.